Hey, if I have to go through a lot of crazy shenanigans just to go to a musical concert, then that would be cool with me. Hey everyone, this is Rabbit's blog Animation Bliss, and welcome to another Disney Corner. So today's Disney film that I'll be reviewing today is a Goofy movie, which will be celebrating its 30th anniversary this year. So the movie starts off with a young boy named Max, who is living with his dad, Goofy, and of course Max is proven to be an unpopular kid at his school because he's related to Goofy, and a lot of kids find him to be like a dork or something like that. But Max has a crush on a girl named Roxanne, and it seems like Roxanne is like the only person who's actually nice to Max, besides PJ and Bobby, of course, who are Max's friends. And later on in the movie, Max decides to interrupt a school assembly meeting to dress up as Powerline, who is a famous singer in his universe. And everything was going well until Principal Mazer ends up catching Max, and he ends up calling Goofy and telling him that Max is in all sorts of trouble, even though all Max did was just dress up as Powerline. But still, because of what Principal Mazer said to Goofy, Goofy gets all upset, and he's like, I gotta do something to keep Max from becoming a bad kid. So Goofy decides to take Max on a road trip, something that Max doesn't want to do because Max wants to go on a date with Roxanne, but Max is forced to go on the road trip with Goofy, and the rest of the film is spent on Max and Goofy's turbulent relationship with each other as they're on this road trip. So what are my thoughts on this movie? I really enjoyed this movie. Like, I used to watch this movie a lot as a kid, and there was so much about this movie that I really loved as a kid. And the fact that this movie is based off of Goof Troop, which was a TV series that aired on Disney Afternoon, which stars Goofy and his son Max, was really interesting to me. So let's talk about what I did like about this movie. So the first thing that I liked about this movie was the plot. Now, even though the plot is your typical road trip movie, there's actually a lot of layers to the plot than what you normally see in a lot of road trip movies. Like in this movie, we get to see how Goofy and Max are having a turbulent relationship with each other because Max wants to be more independent and he doesn't want to be like his father Goofy, while Goofy wants to spend more time with Max, but he doesn't really realize how much Max is suffering throughout the trip. So we get to see how their relationship starts going downhill as the film goes on. And I thought that was really interesting because we rarely see Goofy like get angry or upset at anybody, and the fact that this was like my first time seeing Goofy getting very angry at somebody was like really surprising to me, and it was done in such an effective way, especially given the situation he's in with Max. And I love the fact that the movie focuses more on Goofy and Max's relationship with each other and how it's coming apart because of their differences in personalities, and how the movie's being so realistic with everything going on between them. Another thing that I liked about the show was the tone. So the tone of this movie is a little darker than the TV series Goof Troop. Like in the show Goof Troop, we don't really see Max and Goofy really fight with each other that much, and we see them care about each other a lot, even though Max does find Goofy a bit embarrassing at times. But in this movie, we actually see Goofy and Max fight each other, and I will admit that it was really shocking to me when I first watched this movie because, again, I never seen Goofy so angry at anybody before or get really sad about situations. And the fact that this movie shows Goofy as being a much more vulnerable character than what we're used to really made this movie stand out to me. And it really made this movie stand out for all the other Disney Afternoon movies, as this movie is a lot more serious and a lot more emotional than the other Disney Afternoon movies. And I just love the more serious and darker tone of this movie. And I like how this movie explores about the problems that some parents have with their kids when their kids are growing up. Like, we see that Goofy is like struggling with trying to connect with Max, even though Max is getting older. And we see that Max is like always angry towards Goofy because he wants to be more independent, and yet he doesn't really realize how much he's hurting his dad throughout this whole thing. So I do love how the movie really tackles the turbulent relationship between Goofy and Max in such a realistic and intense way. Another thing that I really liked about this movie was the music. So of course you can tell that this movie came straight out of the 1990s because the music is like basically 1990s, but despite all that, the music still really holds up for me. Like, one of my favorite songs in this movie was definitely Powerline's song Eye to Eye, and that's like the ending song of this movie. That's a song that still stands out to me, and I really love how they showed the song at the end. It like really wrapped up everything that was going on between Max and Goofy throughout the movie, and it's just such a catchy song that sticks with you throughout the years. Also, I love the fact that the music in this movie is a lot more modern at least in terms of the 1990s modern type of music. Like, even though this movie is not canon to the main Disney animated canon, the songs in here like felt so unique to me. They're not like your usual orchestral musicals that you see in a lot of Disney films at that time, but there's like a lot more pop and rock music throughout this movie, and I think it really made this movie stand out to me. And as somebody who grew up in the 1990s, the music in this film really resonated with me at the time, and it still resonates with me even to this very day. I guess if there was like a minor issue that I have with this film is that some of the side characters were a bit underdeveloped. Like, I wish that we saw more scenes with PJ and Pete, and we get to see more of their relationship with each other and see if their relationship has actually improved or it gotten worse. And I wanted to learn a bit more about Bobby as a character. Like, he's one of Max's newer friends that's introduced in this movie, and I wanted to learn more about his home life and stuff like that. But yeah, some of the characters in this movie were a bit underdeveloped, at least the side characters were, because this movie is focused heavily on Max and Goofy, which is not bad, but yeah, I still wanted the secondary characters to be better developed in this movie. And now a word from this channel. All aboard the Animated Social Media Express. Want to send some tweets my way? Then follow me on Twitter. Want to join our special animation community? Then join our Discord group, Animation Bliss. Want to see more updates on our YouTube videos? Then check out our Facebook group, Animation Bliss. Want to download on everything going on with this channel? Then check all of the above. And now, back to the video. But overall, I really enjoy a Goofy movie. Even though some of the secondary characters could have been better development, this movie did such a great job at establishing the father-son relationship between Goofy and Max and showing a more complex side to parenting as a whole and how parents feel about the kids growing up and how they're trying to connect with their kids when they're getting older. So I do think that a Goofy movie still holds up to this very day, and if you want to watch a good movie that features Goofy and shows a more complex side to parenting, then I definitely recommend you check out a Goofy movie. So those are my thoughts on a Goofy movie, and tell me in the comments down below, have you seen a Goofy movie? And if you have, did you like this movie? Did you hate this movie? And what's your favorite animated film that focuses on a relationship between a father and son? Please let me know in the comments down below. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Rowdy's Blog Animation Bliss, and I'll see you guys later. Hey animation fans, like this video? If you want to see more animated content from this channel, then please hit that big old animated subscribe button so that you can get more awesome content from this channel.